G'day YouTube, today I'll show you how to make an advanced web browser in Visual Basic 2008. Start off by creating a new Windows Forms application and just calling it whatever you want. I just might call mine YouTube Advanced Web Browser and click OK and wait for the project to load. And once the project has loaded, just resize the form to whatever you like. And then add a menu strip and add file, and under file add the following: add tab, remove tab, and website properties, and then add a status strip. And under the status strip, add a status label and a progress bar, and then add a timer and make the timer enabled and make its interval 1. And once you have done that, now add a few buttons. So button 1 will be back, button 2 will be forward, button 3 will be refresh, button 4 will be stop, and button 5 will be home. And then add a combo box, and then add another button, and button 6 will be go. And then finally add a tab control and just resize it so it fills the whole form, and then delete both tab pages by going into properties, tab pages, and remove both. Okay, then make button 1's text back. Whoop. Make button 2's text forward. Make button 3's text refresh. Make button 4's text stop. Make button 5's text home. And make button 6 texts, make its text go. Oh. Okay, then double click form 1, and then under public class form 1 add dim int as integer equals 0, and don't forget that code or the web browser will not work. And then in this space I'm going to add some private subs for the web browser when it's loading and when it's finished loading. So I'll just pause the video and type this code, and here's the code. Private subloading and all that's just for when the web browser is loading. And then tool strip progress bar 1.maximum, the maximum value of it will equal e.MaximumProgress, and that e just means like the part of the current event. And tool strip progress bar 1.value equals e.CurrentProgress, and that means just get the current progress of the web browser. And then private sub done. This is the private sub for when the web browser has finished loading the document, and this tab control 1.selected tab.text equals DocumentTitle, and compo box 1.text equals Url.ToString. And and then under form 1 underscore load add the following code. And here's the code, and I'll explain it to you. This code means dim browser as new web browser, so make a new web browser. This code means add a new tab page called new page. This one makes the browser's name web browser. This one makes the dock of the web browser full, so it fills the whole tab page. And then this code tab control 1.selected tab.controls.add. This is for the controls of the tab add a web browser or browser, which is what we made up here, dim browser as new web browser. And then this code, AddHandler Browser.ProgressChanged, address of loading, that's just for up here, private subloading. And same down here, document completed for done. And then int equals int plus 1, so that adds 1 to the integer. And browse to go home, or go to your home page. And then go back to the form, click on File, and for Add tab, type the following code. And here's the code. It's just the same to form1_load, except this code, tab control 1.select tab int, and that just selects the tab number of int. And that's why we have to do int equals int plus 1. And then click on remove tab and type the following code. And here's the code, and I'll explain it to you. If not, tab control 1.tabpages.count equals 1. So if there's more than one tab left, then tab control 1.tabpages.remove the selected tab, and tab control 1.select tab, select the tab before it, and then int equals int minus 1, so take 1 off the integer. And then click on website properties and type the following code. And here's the code, and that just WebBrowser.showProperties dialog, and that just shows the website properties. And then double click button 1 or back and type the following code. And here's the code, that just means for the web browser to go back. And then double click forward and type the following code. And this code just means web browser.go forward. And then click on form 1, and for refresh, type the following code. And here's the code, web browser.refresh, so that just means for the web browser to refresh. And then double click stop and type the following code. And here's the code, web browser.stop, so just stop navigating to the current page. And then click home and type the following code. And here's the code, web browser.go home, so that just is for the web browser to go to your home page. And then double click go and type the following code. And here's the code, web browser.navigate in brackets compobox1.text, so that just is for the web browser to navigate to compobox1.text. And then finally, for the timer 1, add the following code. And here's the code, toolstrip status label 1.text equals web browser.status text. And that's just for the web browser, that's just for the toolstrip status label to show the status of the web browser. And now we're done, so let's debug it and test it. And as you can see here, the progress bar is showing the current progress. And sorry, but right now I have very slow internet connection. So just when it finishes loading, see the status label will show the current status of the web browser, and then it's done. And the compo box will display the website, and yeah. And then if we add a new tab for add tab, it'll go to the go to your home page, and as you can see, it displays the name of the website. If we click File, Remove tab, and then if we remove the last tab, it won't remove it. And then you got Website Properties, which is the properties of the website, and yeah, this all just, yeah. And yeah, so thank you for watching my video on how to make an advanced web browser in Visual Basic 2000.